Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Doss here. Welcome to the final video for the Road to the Anniversary. It's just gonna be a little video with little old me. So I don't expect this to really get as many views or as much traction as the other ones because I'm not Hotstarva, I'm not Polly, I'm not Hens, I'm not Asimov, stuff like that. But I wanted to reflect on my time in the past 10 years in the fog and do a little video talking about it. I'm not gonna keep you guys here for as long as my interviews, but I just wanted to talk about it. I've been in the community since it starts, since the beta. I have been consuming content for it for so long, and I've been playing the game. And real quick, my apologies for the mustache. It's not cooperating with me today, so it's gonna be drooping and looking weird. But I I remember back in the day when Dead by Daylight was first coming out. I didn't have internet. I didn't have a PC. I didn't have any way to play it. So I just consumed content on it. I watched people play it. I tried to play whenever I could. I'd go to internet cafes to go ahead and play Dead by Daylight myself. But I didn't have a very consistent way to play the game. But I really loved it. It was an interesting idea, like having one person play a murderer and have four people trying to escape the murderer. I thought that was really cool. I was someone who was interested in Evolve at the time. Unfortunately, that got shelved, RIP. But I was really fascinated with the idea of Dead by Daylight. And then it was announced that Michael Myers was going to come out. And I was like, holy crap, this could be something huge. This could be something big. They've got like one of the biggest horror icons you can think of in the game. And it's only been out for a few months. Like, what? And so I kept going at it and trying to play it as much as possible. And I ended up getting Wi-Fi in 2018, so I got it on console and I played it for a bit on console. Didn't super enjoy it. Not a huge fan of playing a controller, but that's just a me thing. Um, so I was still going to internet cafes to play and stuff like that. And then I finally got a computer later in 2018, early 2019. Actually, I think I got it like around Christmas time. And so I got Dead by Daylight and I tried to play it more regularly. Unfortunately, my friend group at the time and stuff didn't like Dead by Daylight and didn't play it. In fact, I mean, even now, I don't really have people who enjoy the game or really play it themselves besides content creators. But I played it a bit. I streamed it as well back in the day. On the screen, you'll probably see an old clip of mine from like 2019, something like that, of me finally playing the game and stuff. And like, I had consumed Dead by Daylight for so long, and I'd been around for so long. I remember playing the old versions back in the day, and I remember like seeing all this stuff, and it was just crazy. Again, I couldn't play super often in the beginning, in the first 2 years of the game being a thing, but it was a crazy thing. And then like I was playing it so much that I ended up just getting burnt out on it. And I took a break. It's why I asked the content creators, like, how do you deal with it? Because it's something that I've dealt with. And I took a break. I ended up missing the 3 tomes that started with Dead by Daylight when they started doing tomes and riffs and all that stuff. So I missed out on those things. And I came back basically like I think like halfway through the 3rd one or like the start of the 4th. I came back to it and I've been playing it pretty consistently ever since. But I'm someone who has been playing other games and I've made myself somebody who doesn't just rely on Dead by Daylight for my enjoyment. I play games like Persona. I play games like Marvel Rivals. I play games like Zenless Zone Zero. I play a slew of different games from different genres and different facets of gaming culture. And I just throughout my time with Dead by Daylight, I've always appreciated it and I've enjoyed it. There have been definitely ups and there've definitely been downs. But throughout my time, I always like dreamed of being a fog whisperer. And I ended up becoming friends with people throughout my time in Dead by Daylight. People who I don't really talk to anymore and don't have like contact with or I don't play with anymore. There are people that I still talk to every now and again, but I don't really play with. And there's people who I've made friends with along the way for a while. It's funny because most of the times I make friends with people when I'm their killer. Back in the day, I made friends with somebody called Drezzy. He used to stream and stuff like that. I don't think he still does, but I was his killer. I was a doctor for his match, and I had a lot of fun. And then through him, I ended up meeting a mutual friend of me and Epidemi's called Marty McFree. He might have talked about Marty in his content. I know he talked about it on social media and stuff. I think when he got partnered. But I ended up meeting her and meeting Epidemi through that as well. And through playing with her, I met somebody called Khalifa, who was our killer. Ended up playing with him a lot, and I have really a lot of good memories with all these people. And I remember one time like getting that like everyone escapes to the hatch achievement with Khalifa, and I just thought it was really cool and like a lot of fun. And I have all these really nice memories, and I just appreciate it. And like nowadays, like I'm friends with Polyester, and like I don't know, like like I'd watch his YouTube stuff for so long, but I never really watched his streams. I remember like tuning into them back in the day, but I was like, I don't know. Like I kind of grew out of like watching Twitch streams for a while there, but I ended up like being a regular and playing with him really often, and he's become a friend of mine, and I really really appreciate it. And I've met like a lot of people through this. I've met people like White Noise Design, and because of me coming back to do content, like led me be able to interact with people like at Starva, Hens, Asimovs. I've been able to interact with other creators and stuff like that. I even had a creator who you guys were eagle-eyed in my Asimovs interview comment. I had a creator reach out trying to be a part of these interviews, and it's why I think I'm gonna move forward with this in the future. Not immediately, but I do think I'm gonna try to get these interviews continuing to go, because like it's something that I enjoy, and I think it's something that the community enjoys a lot, where like you get to learn more about your favorite content creator. And it's something I enjoy doing. I really enjoyed asking these questions, thinking them up, and interacting with these creators. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think I want to continue doing it. I don't know for how long. I don't know how much I'm going to do, but I definitely think it's something that will be fun to continue doing. So, if anyone watches this, if you are like a fellow content creator, like, and you want to be included in this, reach out. Either reach out to me here on YouTube, or hell, if you figure out my Discord, you can go and reach out to me there. But yeah, I mean, I also have my business email in my information for YouTube. So if any creators want to be a part of an interview series, like let me know. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I would really enjoy it. But I do think this is something that I'm going to continue doing. I've really enjoyed it. But with that as well, like I'm glad I came back to doing YouTube. For those of you who aren't aware, I've had this channel for gonna be, I think, what, 12 years this November. I started my channel doing just random stuff. I would film stuff on the computer that my theater arts teacher had back in my high school, and then I would take part in other people's content, and I would just film me like showing off what I bought from like Hot Topic or GameStop or something like that. And then COVID happened, and I came back. I revitalized my channel. I did Animal Crossing, and that did really well with me trying to find Audie. And then, but I wasn't passionate about Animal Crossing. It wasn't something I really wanted to make content with. But I still tried, and it just didn't work. So I pivoted to reactions. I reacted to Ruby, and that did pretty well. I reacted to stuff like Loki and Falcon Winter Soldier, stuff like that, and it didn't do super well. And then I left. I had a family pet die, and it really impacted me a lot. And I kept saying I was going to come back, and like Paulie had said in his interview, like if you stop and you say you're going to come, you say you're going to do it again, you're just going to keep pushing it off and holding it off. And that's what I did. I had a really long video I was supposed to record at the time, and I just kept holding it off. And then finally came back last year, almost like a full year ago. Actually, it has been a full year, because I think the PAX thing was in May, or like around this time in June. But I came back for Springtrap. I was like, hey, like I don't know a lot of people that are like bigger in the space that know a lot about FNAF and are gonna know a lot about Springtrap. There's gonna be a lot of people who are in Dead by Daylight already that don't know that much about FNAF, and there's gonna be a lot of people who are coming into Dead by Daylight because of FNAF, so I want to make videos explaining both ends. And so I did that. And I ended up coming back to YouTube. I ended up taking a page out of Polly's notebook, doing update videos and stuff like that. And I've been doing that ever since. And it's been doing relatively well. I've seen growth, and I've seen a lot of my videos pop off and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of support, which I thank you guys so much for. Like, I wouldn't be here doing this stuff if it wasn't for you guys. Like, it really means a lot. And I want to keep doing this type of stuff, and I want to keep making Dead by Daylight content. It is one of my favorite games. It's a game I've played consistently over the past 10 years, and I want to keep doing it. So until something happens, I'm going to stay here doing Dead by Daylight content, and I want to enjoy it. I should definitely stream more often. Streaming has a lot of anxiety for me, and I'm not a good streamer. I think a lot of people can agree with that. Like, I'm not that great with streaming, but I will try. I will definitely try to be more consistent with it. I will obviously be streaming Jason's release and stuff like that, but yeah, like, thank you guys so much. Like, it's been a hell of a 10 years and a hell of a ride. And hey, this is post DOS or editing DOS here. I wanted to splice this in because I was so flustered when I filmed this with everything that was going on, that I forgot to do something very important. I wanted to give my thanks to a few people in my life that have been here for, I mean, it doesn't really matter the amount of time, but I wanted to give thanks and these people their flowers. I want to thank my parents. Obviously, without them, like, I wouldn't really be able to do all this stuff. They don't support me like to the level of like watching my videos and stuff, but they do support me in other ways, and I'm very, very grateful. I want to thank people like my high school friends, like Eric, Carlos, Max, stuff like that. People have been around my channel since inception and have teased me about the creation of my channel and stuff like that, and have like been typical friends you'd have, but have been supportive nonetheless. I want to thank people like my friend Nat, who is always lurking when they can in my streams and giving my videos a watch and stuff, even though they don't play or care about Dead by Daylight. They're literally just here to support me. I want to thank you so much, Nat, for being there and being such a good friend and down to hang out like every week. I really appreciate it, man. I want to thank White Noise Design. He's been there for me quite a bit since I've met him. His DMs have been open to me at the very least, and he's given me a lot of kind words and a lot of support, and he's generally just been a very happy dude and willing to support his fellow content creators, and I really appreciate it. I will say, naughty Ben for pulling out on these interviews. I will say, maybe next time I can finally convince you to do it. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I really want to thank Polly. Polly has been a really, really good friend. I do apologize for getting emotional during this, but Polly's been a really, really good friend. He's been there for me through a lot. He's been super, super supportive. He's helped me through so much. For context, he was like the first person I asked for these interviews. And I wasn't 100% sure he'd say yes or not, but I'm really glad that he got to be a part of it. Yeah. And I think this probably the most important person around for me to thank is my best friend Cal. He has been probably the most supportive person in my life. He jokingly says, "I know big famous YouTuber," stuff like that, and he's always there when he can. He's got a weird sleep schedule, so he can't be there for my streams all the time, but he's always watching my videos, giving them a like, leaving a comment when he remembers, hyping them up. And If it wasn't for my friend Cal, like, I wouldn't be doing half the stuff I am doing. Um, he's my best friend for a reason, and I love and cherish him so much. And Cal, if you're watching this and you're here at this point in this video, I love you, man. You are my best friend. I really appreciate it. And the last person I want to thank is my late uncle. I've talked about him before in my content. I don't know if I've talked about him with Dead by Daylight content, but he sadly passed away in 2011. But he believed in me. He believed in me like crazy. And the last things he told me was that I was going to do great things. And for a long time, I felt like that I had been a disappointment and I had let him down. But I know for a fact him seeing my channel, seeing these videos, seeing what I'm doing, he'd be so proud. I know it. So the last person I want to thank is him. Because he's a big reason why I do what I do. And I wish he was here to see all this. Yeah. Just wanted to cut this part in to thank a couple people in my life that really deserve the thanks. But yeah, back to Carrot and Das. Oh, I'm sorry for being a little bitch and crying. I'm looking forward for another 10. Who knows? And I really hope you guys can be here with me for that journey I'm gonna have. But yeah. Again, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I can already see by the recording it's gonna be 12 minutes of my recording, so I'm just gonna end it there. If you like the video, leave a like. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. I do make Dead by Daylight content, and I tend to try to do more of these interviews that I've been doing this week because it's been a lot of fun. But as always, hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. Goodbye, everyone.